Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my scope tonight. Sorry, I'm gonna move this light a little bit. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Literally Great. Thank you for joining me, love. And thank you all for all the hearts this evening. So tonight is a very, very special topic and thank you, Betty, for joining and inviting your followers. So yes, everyone, please share with your followers. We always want to get as many people on our scopes as possible and expand our sense of community here together. Also, if you're new, please let me know that you're new so I can give you a special welcome. Tell me your name and maybe where you're from. As again, we are building a sense of community here and supporting one another in our journeys. So tonight's topic is going to be about sexuality and power. And you are such a wealth of knowledge on sacred sexuality. Thank you, Betty. Thank you so much. And tonight, you know, I'm Hallie. Hi, definitely not literally great. It's all a front. You are great, Hallie. I love you, and I know that you're really embracing your journey and your self-expression. So you're amazing. I love you all. So, you know, thank you for all the live viewers, the replay viewers, and, you know, all of my lifers. You know, you guys own my heart. I love you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you all too. There's so much love tonight. I feel all this energy. I'm getting all flustered. So tonight, you know, I was talking to someone who's helping me write my website copy. And, you know, one of the things that came up is, you know, why am I here? Why am I doing this work? Why am I scoping every evening and every morning, Monday through Friday? What brings me here? And I want to share that with you all because I've shared bits and pieces of my journey and bits and pieces of my story, but really giving you my perspective on what my purpose is here and why I'm doing this work. So I have to bring you back, way back to my childhood and kind of paint the picture of what happened during my childhood. So I've always been a sexual being. I've always been expressive around my sexuality. But growing up, I was in a very religious family, and sexuality was shunned. It was something that was not okay to express. And I have very vivid memories of being told it was bad, you know, being punished for expressing my sexuality, you know, and really being told that anything around sexuality was evil. So fast forward, you know, in high school, I experienced a rape situation, and, you know, throughout my young adulthood, was very torn around sexuality. Although I always knew that it was a passion of mine, I was always interested in learning more about it and expressing myself. So there was always this internal struggle for me. And one of the things that I've come to realize as I've done the work that I've done is how many other people out there are also experiencing this constant tug of war. This struggle between what society and their family has told them and what they feel and experience within their bodies. So that was very real for me for a very long time. And I also came to the realization in high school that sex and sexuality was something that people felt really comfortable talking to me about. That I had an ease with the topic that really relaxed people into it, and really allowed people to be expressive, even to a degree that surprised themselves with me, right? And I don't know if it's my energy or the way I express myself around the topic or my non-judgment, but I knew there was something there. But I also didn't do anything with it because I was like, what? I can't do anything in the field of sex. Like, I didn't even know a sex therapist existed at that point. So in college, when I began to study this, because it was an interest area of mine, that's really when it all solidified, when it all came together, right? When it all revealed itself that this was really where I wanted to go and where I was meant to go. And since then, I've been really crafting myself, right? Working on what it is that I want to offer people and what it is that I am here to support people with. And a lot of it boils down to education, right? Ensuring that I am putting out that wisdom and knowledge that I've gained, right? One of my life values is, let's share knowledge. Let's share information, because knowledge is power, right? And our sexuality is power, right? There's so much power in our sexuality. So really owning that. But what does that mean, right? I struggled with what does that mean for a very long time, and eventually came to a place where I could really know what that meant, where I could experience what that meant, what it meant to stand in my own power, what it meant to know when I really meant no versus yes, when I was using my sexuality versus expressing my sexuality, right? And these nuances are not something that just comes upon you, right? It's something that you learn. It's something that requires exploration of oneself. So this is really the work that I'm here to support people with. And one of the interesting things is that a lot of the work I'm here to do is with men, right? I support women. I have women clients, but the work that I'm called to do is really to coach men on how to empower their own sexuality, but support their counterparts in their own empowerment, right? We cannot have a sexually expressive world and sexually liberated world if half of the world, meaning men, are not sexually expressed, right? It's not, there's so much female empowerment, but female empowerment is only going to get us as a society, as a culture, but so far, right? We need to have the men on board. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what Sexuality Power is about. It's about supporting not only women, right? I'm totally here to support women too, but really honing in on how we can all come along together on this journey, right? I constantly am saying I'm building a community here, because without community, there is no unity, right? There is no growth together. There is no greater vision being realized. So that's what Sexuality Power is about. That's what, I hope that you are gaining from my scopes, that you are being supported in your own development, right? And that begins with education, self-exploration, self-empowerment. So I hope that you all enjoyed this scope. That's a little bit about what Sexuality Power is and how I've come to where I am today. And, I'll continue to share as we get to know each other. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a passionate evening. I love you all. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for your comment. Love you all. Good night.